Hello lovelies, product review, and today I am reviewing these snacks. So this is Tom and Luke. One's a personal chef and one's a personal trainer, one's a chef. And these snacks are very, very appealing because when you read the label on the front, you straight away see 50% less sugar. So we think, oh, that's great, awesome. Refined, sugar-free, light to bite, gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan. They must be healthy. Now, I'm just going to pull these apart a little bit and tell you the ingredients because that's what we always need to do. We never get wrapped up and pulled in by whatever is written on the front. What is in the ingredients is what is important. So the very first ingredient is cashews and then apple paste. Interesting. Which is a combination of apple puree and apple juice, cacao butter, so that's the fatty part of the cacao bean or the cocoa bean where we get chocolate from, dates, chia seeds, faba bean protein, so that is that's your chickpea protein, so that's going to be a protein powder, and pea protein, another protein powder. Now we really don't know how much of that it can actually be absorbed by our body. When foods are highly processed, which those protein powders are, we really don't know if our body can absorb them or not. So I always sort of put a bit of a question mark over there. Chicory root fiber, so that is a fiber source. Cinnamon, sea salt, natural apple flavor. Those natural flavors are always a bit sus, and desiccated coconut. So, this is not an everyday food. And the reason I say that is because while, those ingredients seem, benign, this is actually a high-fat product. Now, we get pulled in because it's got 50% less sugar, but it's a high-fat product. It is 27 grams, so it's nearly 30% fat. Now, as a once-off treat, like I'm going traveling and I'm going to be in the car for 3 days, great, it's going to be a nice little treat. And people say to me, oh, but they taste yummy. Yeah, a lot of these foods taste yummy, but that doesn't mean to say that it's really good for you. So while this is a, better snack than some, it's still not an everyday food. It's a treat food. Now, the other ones are all very similar ingredients. Cashews, even though it says maple and almond, the main ingredient is cashews, followed by dates, the cacao butter again, maple syrup, almonds, the chicory root. Now we've got some pumpkin powder, and some faba bean protein, pea protein, and some natural maple syrup flavour, and sea salt and desiccated coconut. So really, when I have a look at these things, I say to my clients, I would much rather you have a handful of real nuts and a piece of fruit, because that's pretty much what they are, except they're highly processed. And if you had a handful of nuts and a piece of fruit, you'd probably feel more satisfied. It would take you longer to eat and be less calories overall. Now, while I don't count calories, I want to know where they're coming from. And let's have a look at this last one, berry buckwheat. So this one's got cashews again, strawberry paste. I'll be doing some research on that. Once again, strawberry paste is actually concentrated pear puree, concentrated apple juice, strawberry puree. So basically just all sugar. The cacao butter again, some buckwheat kernels, chicory root, and so once again it gets you in thinking, oh, buckwheat, that's a really healthy whole grain, that must be really good for me. But they're all very similar. So while these might be a treat for traveling or an occasional treat, they're not an everyday snack because way too high in fat, and I would much rather you eat real food, and the equivalent of this would be a handful of nuts and seeds, and a piece of fruit. Hope that helps. If you've got any questions, pop them below. Have a great day.